Welcome back, everybody. For years, we've heard the experts say vaccines are safe. Scientists have disproven any link between vaccines and autism.
Yet you still have celebrities pitching an anti-vaccine agenda.
All right, here's the latest one. Alicia Silverstone. Now, she took heat for another move. You might remember this, pre-chewing her food and then spitting it into her child's mouth. Well, now she's on the anti-vaccine bandwagon with a new book called The Kind Mama. It's a book the Daily Beast called, and we're quoting now, chock full of dangerous misinformation.
Pediatrician Dr. Rosen Crosby of Lapeer Pediatrics joining us now. You have some real concerns about this book.
I have a few. I have some that I'm not so worried about if people do them, like if, they want to feed their baby, organic food, fine, because that's not going to cause a public health problem. But she does say that it's controversial, that vaccines are controversial, that there's conflicting information about when you should give your baby a vaccine.
And you disagree with that?
Completely disagree with that. There's no conflicting information on that.
But
people make that up.
But do they make up the fact that some children do get sick after being vaccinated? I mean, they're not entirely wrong, are they?
Well, it depends. I mean, there's risk with everything you do. So, yeah, a lot of kids will get maybe a sore arm. They can get a fever. And they're things that are minor and they're self-limited. And that is not a big deal. It's the concern of, is it going to cause autism? Is it going to kill my baby? Is it going to make them never look me in the eye? And those things don't happen. The risk of, let's say, measles. If there's a measles outbreak, 2 kids per 1,000 will die.
Wow.
The risk of a serious reaction from an MMR vaccine, serious reaction, 1 in a million. So the risk of dying from getting measles is much higher.
The author of the Daily Beast article, and I'm looking for who it is, Jessica Gross. I want to give her credit because she wrote a really good article.
Yeah,
she actually takes this to the publisher. She says, publishers, why are you still publishing these books? And if you have to make money off these celebrities, then why aren't you hiring fact checkers?
Yes.
Do you side with her on that?
I do. I mean, I think it's a business and they sell. These sell.
Number 4 right now on
Number 4.
Amazon.
Yeah,
And this is what her second book with the kind title, because the other was about diet.
So I think sometimes people want to read them because I think that they just have interest and they're nosy and they want to know what people are doing and how they do it. And I think some of it is that they look up to them and say, well, they must know because they're a celebrity.
But Dr. Crosby, why isn't your organization, the American Academy of Pediatrics, not going to the publishers and saying this is irresponsible, if you really believe it is?
Right, and I don't know why, because I think that it'd be great if they came out with ads that had pro-vaccine celebrities, because there are some. They're definitely out there, but we don't see them. All we see is this. I mean, she advocates a lot of things. She advocates co-sleeping with your children to the point where you're a monster. She calls you a monster if you don't sleep with your child. I mean, it's wacky. And again, some things are personal decisions that these people make. And if it's a personal decision that isn't going to impact public health, if you do that in your own home and you want to chew your baby's food for them, it's a little weird, but okay.
So if people pick up the book, you say read it with
find
questions.
entertainment, maybe.
Wait a minute, you're saying not,
but I mean,
wait a minute, you're saying don't pick up the book.
I just don't think it's. I don't think it's worth reading. I'm just saying if people do read it, then please with a grain of salt. But again, if her child who doesn't have an MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, is around, let's say, a 3-month-old baby, and that baby then gets measles because her child has measles and they don't know they have it yet, then it's a public health issue. So her personal decision is impacting public health. That's a big deal.
Dr. Rosen Crosby from Lapeer Pediatrics, thank you. Love it when you come out really strong on one side.